Friends, in this session, let us understand what is working capital cycle. Now imagine you are going to start a business which has a new factory with all infrastructure. It means you have successfully completed building your factory, all your equipments are ready. But is it sufficient to run the business? No. First of all, you have to get orders, then you have to manufacture, you have to sell, you have to realize money. Only then you will be able to make money out of the business. Now, to do that, let's say you are getting an order, and this order requires that you should have at least 3 months level of raw material. So the order requires that you should have at least 3 months level of raw material. Now, for having 3 months level of raw material, you should have cash with you, because only if you have cash you will be able to purchase raw materials which is equivalent to 3 months level of production, or say the consumption. Fine. So you are arranging for that money, and with that money you purchase the raw material. So you have blocked your money on 3 months raw material cost. That is number one. Now this raw material you are putting into the manufacturing process. Okay, so it has gone for manufacturing, and let's say it's going to take another 5 to 10 days for converting into a finished product. So after 10 days it is a finished product now. So already you have lost 3 months here and another 10 days in manufacturing process, and you have to keep it in your warehouse for 3 to 5 days for selling or dispatching. Fine. So after that the sale take place, but whether you will get the money immediately, whether the realization would take place immediately, may not so, because customers would be requesting for some credit period. So the realization here is not going to happen immediately, rather it is going to take, say, another 30 days. So you lost 3 months here, 10 days here, 5 days here, and another 30 days here, but you have put your money at this point when you purchase raw material, but you are going to get the money after these many days. So how is that? Let's understand. This is called working capital cycle. Working capital cycle is basically this 3 months where you have lost your money, right? Yeah, I mean you have when I say lost, you are locking it in the business. So this 3 months, excuse me, I'm sorry, it is 90 days. The 3 months is 90 days. So 90 days your money is locked here. Then where else the money is locked? In manufacturing process, which is for, say, another 10 days. Then where else? Where you have kept your goods in the finished form for some 3 to 5 days. So 3 to 5 days here, say 5 days. So 90 plus 10 plus 5, and still in some more area also your money is locked. Where it is? It is also locked in your debtors realization, which is another 30 days. So totally your money has been locked for how many days? It has been locked for 135 days. So if you put in money in raw material, you will take back the money only after 135 days, because 3 months level is here, 10 days level is here, 5 days level is here, and 30 days level is here in various stages. So this cash to cash cycle is called as working capital cycle. Let us give some value to all these numbers. So I'll mention days here first. We know the raw material has been locked for how many days? It has been locked for 90 days, whereas the manufacturing expenses is for 10 days, and in finished goods it has been locked for 5 days, and in debtors it was close to 30 days. So how many days the funds were locked? It has been locked for 135 days. But now we'll attach a value to these days, so it will make more sense. So the money locked for 90 days in raw material will give value for that. Let's say it's 100. And the money locked in manufacture process, I mean you have incurred some manufacturing expenses, you are not going to recover that also. So say that somewhere like 10, and this would give the cost of the finished goods, right? This is raw material, this is manufacturing process. So this is going to be the cost of finished goods, which is 110. And this finished goods you would have sold at margin, right? You would have sold with profit margin. So 110 you would have added, say, 15 as margin. So 125 is still recoverable from the customer. So the money locked is 110 and you are expecting 125. The 15 is your profit margin. Fine. Now study this scenario where the money has been really locked. Is it 125 or is it 110? the money has been really locked in 110 because that is a cost, whereas 15 is the margin that has been expected. So money locked is 110 and banks will be ready to fund this 110. So there can be three components for funding this 110. We'll analyze just two here. The first component or first person who will be interested in funding this money locking would be the bankers. They'll be funding this lockage in the form of CC or OD, and the second form or second group of people who will be ready to fund this gap would be the other current liabilities, who may be like your suppliers, trade creditors. Fine. So this is the second group who is going to fund your working capital lock. But who is the third group who should also fund? Obviously, the owners. So the working capital funding should not be confined only to the bankers and outsiders. Owner also has equal responsibility. He also should simultaneously contribute for funding the working capital, otherwise things would go wrong.